I'm so in this. Then Christian comes in, he's like, what are you watching? I'm like, boy, sit down, this is so good. So then Christian gets sucked into Love is Blind, throwing him under the bus with me. And y'all, we're just loving this show. Now, I gotta be honest with you, this is not a good show. If you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't exactly align with our morals. And so I'm watching this show, and to be honest, I start kind of feeling convicted. And I'm like, I should not be watching this show. Like, this is not good. This totally is not like following any of my morals. I should not be watching the show. But I was so invested at this point. And so I keep watching it, and I'm just ignoring my conviction. And then it gets worse. Not only am I ignoring my conviction, then I'm excusing my conviction. I'm like, you know what? I never do stuff like this. Like, come on, Sadie, don't be so serious. Just watch the dang TV show. Everyone's watching it. All your friends are watching it. Just watch. It's not that big of a deal. It's literally not that big of a deal. It's a scary place to be. And that's really where I was. And that's a small example. And before I lose you and you're like, this is so unrelatable, it's not that big of a deal, you're just watching this show, compromise is a really big deal. Compromise has big consequences. It always starts out small, but it ends up being a really big deal. And we're going to talk about that. And so what I'm trying to say is, it might not seem like a big deal to you, but it is a detrimental deal to someone else. And that is why you cannot compare your conviction to someone else, because they might not have the same calling as you. That's why you can't say, oh, all my friends are doing it, so it's not that big of a deal, because they don't have the calling that God put on your life. If you know it's wrong and you continue to do it, it's a sin for you. I'm a speaker. I get on stage with a microphone. I have a podcast that I talk all the time. I'm constantly talking on a microphone. I'm constantly talking in front of a camera. And honestly, I do not need to sit there and watch a show that's dropping F-bombs and having this inappropriate. I don't need to do that, because from the heart, so the mouth shall speak.